Yeah. So I got extremely bored with the Skyrim. So I was playing Chrono again. I've been playing this game now. I want to say uh good 2 months. You know, on and off. It's not when I feel like it. I play a little bit of it. Right now I am 29 hours, almost 30 hours into it. And this is consistent gameplay, you know, so it's like it's a pretty long time. On the last episodes, I was still the original character, but I ended up switching roles once I got to like a pivotal point in the game. And as you know, you can like alternate between the worlds. So, like, you know, my strategies have to switch up because I can alternate at different times between each point in the game. So, like, right now, I'm like pretty much trying to get my body back. Me and this guy, switch roles and, can I go this way? Can't go this way. We switched roles and ended up. Now you know I forgot which one of these things I was supposed to use. Oh man, I think it was like a mirror, right? Wasn't there a mirror I had to use to get to these little things? Yes. So I mean, so much has went on. You'd have to literally play this game, which is Chrono Cross. Came out in the year 2000. You know, I was like 11 years old when this game came out. So this game's like 20 years old now. I mean, it's still a pretty cool game. I really enjoy it. So so basically, what's happening right now is like, you know, you're playing the main character, but there's so many other sub stories going on within the actual, you know, timeline. Like, you know, as the main character, you know what I'm saying? You're pent up against these guys, you know, right now that were once bad guys, but you know, now that I turned, now the main bad guy took my body, but pretty much, and gave me his body. Now they think that I'm their friend, so now I'm turning them into good guys because even though I'm this bad guy's body, I still got the good guy spirit. So you know what I'm saying? Now they're like changing, and you get to kind of see in depthly why they became bad guys. But you know, it's just like in the real world, you know, if you strive to be the greatest, it probably won't work out. Each like you could look at it like this, you know. You say I'm X amount of years old. You know, each one of those years had to be like acclimated and precisely used to develop yourself in some form of fashion. You know what I mean? And you gotta think about it from a universal perspective. All of this hard work, all of this diligence is gonna add up to absolutely nothing. Like, no matter how far you come, no matter how much you learn, in the universal perspective, it means absolutely nothing. You know, all these great life-altering, inspirational, you know, achievements become just like a pill or some sort of sense of enjoyment. That's all it is, you know. Like, you can become the greatest, but it means absolutely nothing. That's just what it breaks down to. Because in order to become the greatest, that means other people aren't. So it's like, and in order for you to relish in being the greatest, you're gonna have to be acknowledged by people who aren't. Like, if you're the greatest and you're around other people that's the greatest, then you're just a regular person. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like, doesn't necessarily mean you're the greatest, but you know, on a percentile scale, you know, all these other people that acknowledge that you're the greatest, you know what I'm saying, they have no comprehension of who you actually are. And the people that actually do comprehend you don't see you any different, if that makes sense. So it means absolutely nothing. It just really does, you know. And time tells the truth, you know, like, how many people, you know, just like you, 5 fingers, 5 toes on each side, you know, done some amazing, extraordinary things, and it's just like, can you name them? How many people have you heard of? How many people haven't you heard of? Like, can you really get? That's how pointless it is. But you know, it's the fact that you're doing it. You're just really wasting your time, but it's like, you're not, you know. If you venture out and say I want to become the greatest track star of all times, who cares? Like, you know, it's not saying it like a statement, but it's an actual question. Like, who really cares? And there's people that cares if it benefits them. Like, you know, let's say this guy, his family spent generations of generating funds from owning a track and field. You understand what I'm saying? Like, so by you having these abilities to draw large crowds with your abilities, you know, you mean something to them because it benefits them. It's like, but who actually cares? Like, to the point to where, like, you know, it actually alters your lifestyle. It actually alters your meaning to life. Like if some natural disaster comes, like, what does that actually mean? If that makes sense. Like, you might have a better chance of outrunning a storm. Like, what does it mean actually though? Like, you know what I mean? It's just like, you gotta think about it from a nature perspective. You know, there's like so many animals out there that will just smash you in an athletathon, just smash you, but nobody cares. Like, nobody, you know, they still tear down the forest, and, you know, they don't care. You know what I'm saying? Put them in cages. You know, this animal was supposed to be out there like running miles like it's nothing. You put them in a cage. Like, nobody cares. You know, it's like. But it's just about the enjoyment, you know, the process of getting there, you know. That's one thing I learned from the animal kingdom, watching them. Like, you watching these overly athletic beings out there just playing. Like, they're just having fun. Like, you know, it's nothing to them unless they're in danger. But for the most part, you know, they're just out there chilling, you know, having fun. Like you see hippos out there basking. Man, challenge a hippo. If you really feel like you're the greatest jiu-jitsu champion of all time, go out there and slam that hippo. I want to see this. I'm not saying you should do it. I'm just like, if you feel like you're the best, you should be able to go out there and challenge a hippo, slam shit out of this hippo. Go crazy. And you'll see, this he don't even care he's that strong. You know, some of them do, but you know what I'm saying? I'm just like, man, you wouldn't stand a chance against the weakest hippo. Like, you might could, but at the end of the day, it's just like, man, you know, they just enjoy it. Like, but then they don't. Because you're so strong, then you don't like have friends. Like, because like once you become the greatest, or you like activate that form of your gene pool, like you evolve into something else. You no longer who you were. You know what I mean? Like you're something else. And it's like training becomes your friend. Daily habits become your friend. Like devotion becomes your friend. Like all of these principalities that have meaning in your heart become your friend. You don't have any natural third dimensional friends anymore, because like nothing understands you except for people that like evolve with you. But then it's not even like the fact you can consider this a friend, because a friend, it would be something that is totally like perpendicular or opposite to yourself. It's like, you know, once you unlock the greatness gene, it's like it's you. It's just you. You know, it's just you. You know, it's like you go in your closet, you put on a red shirt. That's you. Okay? Now you go in your closet, you put on a blue shirt. You look totally different than when you had on the red shirt. You know what I'm saying? So you take the red shirt off, put on the blue shirt. You look totally different, but it's still you. Like, it's you. Like, you know what I'm saying? I mean, it's just evolution, but it's pointless. Like, you gotta think about how many beings, like the megalodon shark, for instance, is the prime example of evolution, yet it doesn't even have proof of existence anymore. That's how like non-existent it is. Like, so it evolved from these sharks that we see today. And all of that evolution, all of that growth, all of that training, all of that predisposed survival instinct is just not, it just means absolutely nothing now. Because to the universe, it was just a speck. It doesn't even matter. That's how serious, like, but it does. Because even till today, we have the wonder and the aspiration of what that shark would have been like, or how it could have been, you know, how did that shark get like that, you know? Oh, I forgot the level sky. But, it's all in the maneuverability of the mind and how far you're willing to travel inside of it to understand yourself on a deeper level. Like everything that created this megalodon, everything that created this great champion, everything that created this prosperous person, you know, started from within, an inner belief that this could happen or this should be happening. I think that's really more of the champion mind state. It's not the fact that it can happen, but it should be happening. It will happen. It must happen. You know what I mean? But must isn't enough. It's more about like the calm drive to make what you wonder an actuality. Like, yeah, you wonder if this could happen, but in reality, you know what I'm saying, this is gonna happen. Like, you know what I'm saying, that's the power. It's just gonna happen. It's happened. You know, it happens so much I don't even care. Like, people are like, oh my God, you know, that's absolutely amazing. But to you, it's like, it's just another day. Wipe them out. Yeah. But to evolve into something else. Like, could you imagine the process a larvae has to go through to become a caterpillar, and then this caterpillar, you know, to evolve into these beings with these pricklies, and each one of these pricklies serve a specific purpose in protecting this beautiful creature that, you know, is just and each one of its ligaments has a calculated movement just to get it across large distances, and then in order for it to go even larger distances, it has to evolve into this butterfly that can just flap and fly all these distances, and the process has to go through it. Then once it becomes a butterfly, still these are pointless existence. It's still pointless in my opinion. Like the butterflies flying on these flowers, you know, and pollinating the world and stuff like that. Yeah, that's beautiful, but I'm just saying, you know, it's like they went through all that and no one even cares. Like, some people do, but I mean, it's just so few that it doesn't matter. So to go to those next levels, to evolve, you have to become your own expression. You know what I mean? Like the universe is just a perpetual wave of sound, and each sound is magnified in different frequencies, and each one of these frequencies creates a form of like representation, you know what I mean? So it's like, to you it's physical or mundane or astral, or, you know, but in reality it's just a sound wave that is more expressive than the others, you know. And if you was to look at it from God's perspective, it would be like looking at Pro Tools. Like, each person would be like a track on Pro Tools. Like, you know, it's like those tracks would be absolutely nothing, but to listen to them, or like like, you know what I'm saying, looking at a video file of this, man, it's amazing what you can do with it. It's just amazing. It's absolutely amazing, but it just means absolutely nothing. Like, you don't even care about it once you get the final work out of it. It means nothing. The expression, the ability to express yourself. There's a lot of great teachers that are teaching us this, like the ability to express yourself. But how you express yourself, you know what I'm saying? You can't be like, oh, well, I'm doing this because everybody else is doing this. Like, you're not expressing yourself. You're just a magnified pawn of expression. You know what I mean? Like, you just like if I go to the mountain and I say hello, and I say oh, you just like one of those oh, you ain't even the whole verse. Like, you just go oh. Like, well, I mean, if that's your purpose, you know, you serving your purpose. But I'm just saying, you know, if you want to like unlock the greatness gene pool inside of yourself, you have to create your own expression. You know what I mean? But it just takes like time and learning. You know what I mean? And like being able to enjoy the process of it. Now you gotta think about, like, all butterflies start off as caterpillars, but if you look at the situation, it started off with one caterpillar. One caterpillar said, you know what, dude, I'm gonna do something totally different. You understand what I'm saying? I'm gonna do this totally different. I don't know how I'm gonna do this, but I'm gonna do this totally different. And it used its attack mechanism to ward off predators, or to build, places of safe harbor on itself. You know what I'm saying? It used what it had within itself to create a greater self. You know what I mean? That's freaking amazing. Like, that's beyond extraordinary if you think about it. Like, what made you even come up with that concept? Like, I'm just gonna go deeper within myself, and I have use all these tools I already have and create an even greater self. To the point to where it revolutionized how we even perceive caterpillars. Like, now the expectation is, if I see a caterpillar, it has to turn into a butterfly. Like, which is like a magnificent process, and it's just like something that's just like, it's not something that you can just say, okay, well, I'm about to do this. Like, I mean, that's just the way the human species is evolving. It's like, it's to the point now, like, if you're a human, you have to be great. Your thinking capacity has to be on a whole nother level. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's no way around it. You know what I mean? I mean, survival depends on it. But how do you... Right now, I'm pulling up the walkthrough because I have no clue where I'm going right now. Like, absolutely. I just kind of remember it because when I took a break the last time, I was like, okay, I'm taking a break. So I'm just kind of like, you have to be put into a state of survival. I think that's the main way to unlock it, because everybody has their own specific form of this, or you know what I mean, and you have to be put into a state of survival, not necessarily like a painful survival, but it's like, even when you go through the pain of feeling less or feeling insufficient, that is pain, and to take that pain and progress it into something greater within yourself. I think this is how you unlock it, your specific meaning. Like every cell in the universe has a specific meaning, and there's cells that replicate each other, but then you'd have to think like, okay, if my eye cells replicate my toe cells and I got toes coming out my eyes, I mean, what is the point? Like, what is it for? You know what I mean? Like, you have to really sit there and, I mean, which shows how extraordinary the human body is, because it started off as a single cell organism and then just transformed into all this we see now or can perceive now. Like, so, let's see. My gosh, where am I? So it's like, to look at it as anything less of an expectation from yourself is pointless. Or to like live a non-existent existence, like, it's pointless. Like, why would I, in my opinion, it's just opinion, why would I say, okay, I want to be completely like this person? Or why would I, like, say, I want to survive the way this person survives. You know what I'm saying? But I have my own, and I don't use it. Like I just wasted it trying to be like this person. But then it's like when you watch the superhero movies, man. I don't care. I don't care how much you go. I don't care how much you cosplay or you go online and get the best costume. You're never gonna look like this superhero did on the movie. People can tell that you're a fraud. Like I've seen some lookalike, but you never gonna look like this person. Oh, you trying to dress like a cartoon? You just never. You're gonna look like a fraud. It's just gonna look like that. And it's like, you know, you just gotta figure out how to be your own character. I've seen some characters, dude. You know, I would never accept them as a superhero, but just the originality of it, baby. Like, okay, this guy's kind of awesome. I ain't gonna lie to you. You know what I'm saying? This guy's pretty awesome. So if I see somebody copying off him, I'd be like, oh man, you got that from this dude over here. I see. You know, so it's just like, you just gotta be yourself. That expression in itself is just so powerful. So right now, this is a character that I can recruit, but I have to wait for her to calm down. Yeah, that's pretty easy battle. I mean, I didn't feel comfortable jumping this chick by myself. So, hey, that's what you gotta do in the game to get forward in it. Whoa. So I ended up getting a pouch, and once I get my body back, as she says, I'll be able to recruit her into one of my ally systems. I don't know how it's gonna work out, but I played this game before, you know. But when I played this game, it was like 17 years ago, maybe a little longer. They didn't really have walkthroughs, so you pretty much had to wing it, getting characters and stuff like that. It's just kind of doing everything the right way. So you know, I just had to. I didn't know you could do all this. I was just kind of running straight through it. I had like a good skill of just kind of knowing what to do, you know. And it's like now with walkthroughs and stuff like that, you don't even use that part of your brain anymore. Like I don't. You know, it's kind of like I'm just gonna go look it up. I don't even feel like going through. But you know, with the walkthrough, not a, you know, because back then you could get the strategy guide, but you know, it was just like, dude, you really had to decide, you know, it's just, do I really want to spend like, oh, if you could find it, that was the thing, you know, because like if you waited like a year or two late, you know, you wasn't even gonna find that strategy guide, you know what I'm saying? Unless you like went online, and I remember back in the day, like online shopping, like oh my gosh, like your mom was not gonna give you her credit card. Just wasn't happening. So now with some Wi-Fi, I got access to any strategy guide I want. And even with YouTube's pretty awesome because you got people, you know, fellow gamers or whatever you want to call them, you know, they play it, they record the whole situation, you know what I'm saying, structurized. I just kind of play it and record as I go. But let's get out of here. Now I'm on the way to get this guy's ultimate move.